Hey all, welcome back. So today I am back with another exciting use case of business rule, create change task automatically. Okay. So what this use case is, based on the task selected by the user, create change task record automatically and map the task to the change request. This is one of the use case asked in multiple interview question. I am collecting the data, which is the most favorite interview question and creating video on those. Okay. So let's understand first what this use case on PDI. Okay. So what I'm doing here, I'm opening the change table. Okay. If you click on new to create a new change, okay, I'm selecting a normal change here. Okay. So this change form will get open. Okay. And on this change form, I have created an additional field called the change task. Okay. It's a list kind of field. Okay, and you can select the change task from the available option like risk assessment, impact analysis, implementation, testing, and the rollback. Okay, so let's understand first how this field I have created. Okay, go on the configure dictionary. Okay, so first open the table configuration and create a new field called list type. Okay, and thereafter I have added the five choices: implementation, impact analysis, testing, and so on. Okay, so you need to also create a similar field. You can create either uh, from designer, layout, or the table configuration. Okay, that's so easy. Now the use case is, if I am selecting, let's suppose I am selecting the three task here. Okay, and I am submitting this change. Okay, you can fill the other details if required, but as of now I am not selecting the fields. Okay, so if I'm saving the record under this change task related list, three tasks got automatically created, like task for impact analysis, risk assessment, and the implementation. So change requests how the change task automatically gets created. Okay, that is what the today's use case, and we are going to implement this use case using the business rule. Okay, so let's get started and create our business rule here. What kind of business rule it will be? After and insert, because we need to create the change task while we are inserting the record, not on the update. Okay, so what I'm doing, going on the configure and business rule. Okay, new. So because I open the business rule from the change form directly, the table has already get selected. Okay. And I am writing create change task automatically. Okay. So after an insert, okay, I'm not adding any conditions here because it is not required. Okay. The only condition we can add is I'll say change task is not done. Okay. Saving this first. Now, in the advanced section, I'll start writing the script. So first, what I need to do is, let me increase the screen size so the code will be visible properly. Okay. So the first thing is, I'm saving the change task in a variable called change TAS. change task. Okay, so it will be what current dot this field. Okay, because let me open the change form again. Okay, so change the backend value of this field is u underscore change underscore task. Okay, so dot. I'm taking the display value. So it will be an string. Okay, now what I need to do is whenever I am saving the value in this, it will return me an string. Will and this string will be comma separated because all whenever we select any value in the list field, you will get these values will be comma separated automatically. Okay, so I'll be getting this. Okay, so what I need to do is I just need to pick impact and risk and whatever change task I am selecting separately. Okay, so for this what I need to do is I need to split into one, let's suppose an array. So what I'm doing, I'm creating a variable called task array, and in this what I'm doing, dot split by com. Fine. Now uh, so whatever task we will select, okay, now those tasks will be get splitted. Okay, and now I need to simply create change task for every record. Okay, so let's suppose we are getting multiple change tasks. Okay, so I'm starting a for loop here because we need to loop through the selected task. Okay, so where I equals to 0, I less than task array dot length and I plus plus. Okay, so until this loop will run, what I need to do, we need to create a new change task, right? So where gr change equals to new glide record change underscore task. Okay, why I have glided this table? Because if you see here in the related list, you will find this table. Okay, change underscore request. Let me show it to you. Okay, so in the bottom, this table is what? This table is change task. Okay, and we need to create the task in this table. That's why I'm gliding this. Fine. So how we can insert the data? I just need to, okay. By doing this, it will click on the uh, new button on this. Okay. So when it will click the new button, we need to fill the value. Thereafter, we need to insert. Okay. So these are the few mandatory fields. Change request, short description, and the description are the mandatory field. Why this is mandatory? Because if we have not provided the value in this change task, okay, it will not get mapped to to its parent record, which is the change we are creating. Okay, so to do this, what I need to do, gr change dot this field. Let me get the backend name. So this, okay, I have used it as an util. You can just you can check the backend value by right clicking on this as well. Okay, so gr change dot change request, and it will be what, the parent dot sys. Fine. Now second is what, I need to give the short description. So again gr change dot short description. I'm writing task for. Okay, so what I need to give the task name here. So it will be task area and the I. If there is any extra spaces, I'm trimming. Okay. Similar for the description as well. So what I need to do, gr change description equals to, let's suppose this task is created for, then again this value, this task is created for impact analysis. Okay, fine. Now state state will be what? Open. So the vacant value of open is 1. I'm giving 1 here. Okay, and this what this insert will do, this will save the record. Okay, so once this record gets saved, it will create a record in this change table. Okay, we format this. So what I believe, my code is completed here. Okay, first time doing, what I'm doing is I'm saving the value of change task, like whatever the list will give the value. Okay, then I'm splitting them with the comma. Okay, thereafter, let's suppose we have selected 3 tasks. So this for loop will run for the 3 time. First time it will create the change task record for the first task. Let's suppose it is an implementation. It will create a task for implementation. Then it will iterate and again for second task and again for the third task. Okay. So saving this, and now it's time to test this out. Okay. So what I'm doing here is I'm opening a new change form. Okay. You can open from here, or on the list view, you need to click on new. Okay. So let's suppose I'm selecting 4 tasks. Okay. Implementation and the testing. Let's suppose this rollback is not required for this particular change. Okay. If you need, you can fill the other values, else you can leave it and as blank. Okay. Fine. So what I'm doing here is I'm saving this record. Currently, there is no related list and no change task associated with this change. Okay. As soon as I save this, okay, you will get back on this change task, and in the change task, you will see these 4 record has been created. First short description is change task for impact analysis. Okay, you can give an space here, so there will be here. Okay. Other task for risk assessment, with task for implementation, then task for the testing. If you open this record, you can say this change request. The parent one is because we have passed the society. You can say that change this in the change request, and short description task for impact analysis. This task is created for impact analysis. So that's how we have completed this use case of business rule. Again, a very important use case of after business rule asked in multiple interviews. Okay, generally 3 to 5 year of experience person need to follow this. Thank you so much for watching.